All right, shalom, brothers, and shalom, sisters. Hope you are enjoying your Sabbath. I'm your brother Jacob, and contrary to public opinion, I have accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior.
And you got a personal relationship with him? A direct line.
Personal relationship with my Lord and Savior. Go ahead, Roy. Introduce yourself.
Brother Roy.
Tonight we're going to go over John chapter 6. And the title of this class is I Am the Bread That Came Down from Heaven. And if y'all pay close attention, you're going to see the Pharisees get angry. They're going to, for lack of a better word, they're going to be pissed off at Christ. And I might as well mention this too. It's no different than there's a whole bunch of videos that have surfaced from IUIC Blitz in 2819 church prayer. What was that thing?
Prayer conference.
Yeah.
Prayer conference. Where is that in the scriptures, man?
It's right after don't pray openly in public.
And will a man rob God?
We try to do everything that the Lord instructed us to do. That's what we try to do. Kind of crazy. Hold on a second. I don't want to harp on that. Let me check Matthew 22 real quick. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place.
I was looking at the cost to see how much it costs to get to that prayer.
I'm just talking about the picture on the class.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm taking.
Yeah, go ahead and look that up. Meanwhile, bro, find this verse for me, because we're going to be stuck until we go on.
Apparently it was free.
Widows' houses. No, they charge for something.
Yeah.
They charge for something. Somebody bought that out. I can't remember exactly what it is.
You said look up what though?
Make long prayers.
Make long prayers?
Yep, make long prayers.
Matthew 6 and 5.
No.
23:14.
Damn, I'm right here.
Yeah, 14, 23 and 14.
Yeah.
The book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 14. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses.
Stop. Who's at the conference?
It's not mostly women.
Yeah, it's mostly women. Well, in the video I made with all those comments, 300 comments, probably 95% to 99% are women. It's not men at all. Women follow that stuff. They love those fair speeches. They love to hear smooth words. Go ahead.
For ye devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayer. Therefore ye shall receive the greater damnation.
Right. You're not gonna find, because they came on my post saying stuff like, he trying to do a good thing and saying prayers and stuff like that. And the reason they did that is because there's no scripture where they were having open public prayers in the scriptures. You don't read that nowhere. So a sister did give me Acts 14, man. Acts 1 and verse 14. This is what one sister pulled.
The book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 14. These all continued with one accord in prayer and supplication with the women and Mary, the mother of Jesus, and with his brethren.
Right. That continuing in prayer is not everybody coming together. Everybody coming together and having a prayer visual outside. That's not what this is talking about. We send up prayers every day. All of us do. We don't come together and stand in a big arena or stand outside. Matter of fact, every time, like when we're getting ready to go to the street, we always send up the prayers. And we come in the house and send the prayers up. We don't do it outside simply because the scriptures say go in your closet. I don't understand the Christian thought. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Go back to Matthew 23. Then we're going to get into class. We'll just read up above just a little bit. Oh, my goodness.
12.
Verse 5.
Book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 5. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. They make broad their phylacteries, and enlarge the borders of their garments, and love the uppermost rooms at feasts, and the chief seats in the synagogues, and greetings in the markets, and to be called of men, Rabbi, Rabbi.
So that's today's pastors. Today's pastors, bishop, theologians, they like that stuff. And because all you're going to see the most popular ones, and they give fair speeches. What we're trying to do is teach our people how they can get salvation, how they can please the creator of this planet and his father. Otherwise, what are you doing? That's why we say that they be playing church. They're not trying to please the Lord. Everything that's written on how to please him is in here. All right, John chapter 6. We starting over. John chapter 6 and 1.
The book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 1. After these things, Jesus went over the Sea of Galilee, which is the Sea of Tiberias.
So after he got him and the Pharisees was going back and forth at it, he went over the Sea of Galilee. And look, while I'm thinking about it, when he's going back and forth with the Pharisees, this is something that Christians are not paying attention to. Nobody really does pay attention to everything that's going on. So when he's going back and forth with the Pharisees, what are they always arguing about? The law. Exactly. They're all arguing about the commandments because Christ is supposed to show you how to keep the commandments. But since everybody hates the commandments, it goes over their head. And then they tell disputes about the law. Well, what was Christ and the Pharisees doing? They were trying to trap him up, and he was giving them the best understanding of the commandments. Verse 2.
And a great multitude followed him, because they saw his miracles which he did on them that were diseased.
No. That can't be right because nobody followed Christ and believed him.
And a great multitude followed him, because they saw his miracles which he did on them that were diseased.
Right. Come on.
And Jesus went up into a mountain, and there he sat with his disciples.
Mm-hmm.
And the Passover, a feast of the Jews, was nigh. When Jesus then lifted up his eyes and saw a great company come unto him, he saith unto Philip, Whence shall we buy bread that these may eat? And this he said to prove him, for he himself knew what he would do.
Right.
Philip answered him, 200 pennyworth of bread is not sufficient for them, that every one of them may take a little.
Yeah, because it was a lot of people. So 200 pennies. I wonder what that equivalent would be today.
200 pennyworth.
Just curious.
You get more for your money back then, though. This says literally for a penny is $2.
A penny then would have been $2.
No, 200 pennyworth is equivalent to $2. So this penny then was what our penny was now, according to this. But
so you know what happened? You know what happened? Inflation.
Yeah, so 200 pennies is $2 basically.
200 denarii, which is a significant amount in the context of time. So that was a bad definition. It doesn't give me an exact 6 pounds 5 shillings. That's still not giving me modern words.
$6.
6 pounds 5 shillings.
Pounds is English money.
Yeah, so it's
Okay. Yeah,
so
you're
it's
right,
a little
right.
more. It's only worth a few pennies more than the American dollar. I mean, if you ain't finding nothing, we can just keep going.
All right.
I wonder how much eggs cost back
It was free. It says $32 to $35. There we go. Sorry, had to get it in American money.
That's enough for me for a day.
Per diem.
Yeah, I mean, if I get a couple of sandwiches and some drinks and stuff to eat, that's only to eat twice a day. That's about that much.
So
Crazy.
but back then, yeah, they said this was not enough to feed this great multitude.
Right. All right, let's go.
Verse 8.
No, 6.
No, we just read 7.
Yeah, no, we read 6.
We read 7.
We did?
Yeah.
My bad.
We'll read again.
Mhm.
Verse 7. Philip answered him, 200 pennyworth of bread is not sufficient for them, that every one of them may take a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, saith unto him, there is a lad here which hath 5 barley loaves and 2 small fishes. But what are they among so many? And Jesus said, make the men sit down. Now there was much grass in the place. So the men sat down, in number about 5,000. And Jesus took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed to the disciples, and the disciples to them that were set down. And likewise of the fishes as much as they would.
No, I can't help myself. I can't help but laugh. So let me ask y'all this. Did he give them bread or did he give them crumbs? He gave his children
all
bread.
from the same loaf.
Oh, man. Yeah, he gave them
12.
straight bread. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he's passing the fishes right now. Verse 12. When they were filled, he said unto his disciples, gather up the fragments that remain, that nothing be lost.
Take up the crumbs.
Therefore they gathered them together and filled 12 baskets with the fragments of the 5 barley loaves, which remained over and above unto them that had eaten. Then
Them fragments is the remnant of Israel. He put them into what?
Therefore they gathered them together and filled 12 baskets with the fragments of the 5 barley loaves,
See,
which remained over and above unto them that had eaten.
see. 12 baskets of fragments, a remnant. Go ahead.
Then those men, when they had seen the miracle that Jesus did, said, this is of a truth that prophet that should come into the world.
Whoa. So remember I told y'all when John is speaking, he refers to Israel as the world. Always should come into the world. Christ, but John 1. So he came into his own. He came unto the world that he created. Why they can't see that? Because it ain't for them, and they want the covenant, and they push that stuff on our people to make them believe that. Verse 14. Yeah.
Then those
Oh, yeah,
men,
you're
when
right.
they had seen the
Right.
miracle that Jesus did, said, this is of a truth that prophet that should come into the world. When Jesus therefore perceived that they would come and take him by force to make him a king, he departed again into a mountain himself alone.
Hold on. This stuff is so profound. And I mean, it's so much in these verses, but this is that prophet that should come into the world. And like you're right, Aria, that go back to Deuteronomy 18:15 through 19. The Lord is going to raise up a prophet of your brethren. So Christ had to come as one of us.
And they had to know the writings of Moses.
Yes. Because he's going to explain to you the writings of Moses. That's why you have to listen to him.
And
All right.
right. And that's the thing too, like, so now we get into modern day religion and they don't read the books of Moses at all.
Right.
And that's why they don't understand like they understood here in the Gospels. They understood, a lot of these people could see what was going on because they have been reading the laws and the prophets.
Exactly. Because
now today they tell you the laws and the prophets, they don't even go to that in their church sermons anymore. That's why they have no understanding.
Acts 13 and verse maybe 15. Because there's a question that these people ask. And this is a good one for y'all.
13 and what?
Verse 14. 14 and 15.
13.
Chapter 13, verse 14 and 15.
The book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 14. But when they departed from Perga, they came to Antioch and Syria, and went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and sat down.
So they went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and sat down. Because a Christian apologist will say to you, they will ask you, where did Jesus tell anybody to keep the Sabbath day?
You know what the argument for that is now?
What?
He only went there because he knew that's where they gathered at. That's the only reason Paul went to the synagogues, because that's where they were gathering.
That
Not
was
because
Paul's
they were
custom.
keeping the laws.
That don't make no. They some liars.
That was new this week.
So he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and sat down. So just as Christ's custom was to go into the to go into the synagogue on the Sabbath day, and he would go in there and read. So if you are in the synagogue on the Sabbath day, what the hell you look like telling somebody to keep the Sabbath? They already doing it. These people is.
Or he didn't go in there and tell them not to do it because Christ is your rest now. You don't see that either.
Paul is telling people to believe on Christ out of the law and the prophets. Verse 15.
And after the reading of the law and the prophets,
There you go.
the rulers of the synagogue sent unto them, saying, Ye men and brethren, if ye have any word of exhortation for the people, say on.
So I wanted to come here to show that this is what we did on the Sabbath day. We went into the synagogue and listened to the reading of the law and the prophets. The stuff they be saying don't make no sense. Jump back to Acts chapter 2, I believe. I think what I want is in 3. Yeah, chapter 2 is at Pentecost. I might have wanted something else. Oh yeah, this is at the temple. Chapter 3, they're at the temple. Give me Give me verse 14 and 15.
The book of Acts, chapter 3 and verse 14. But ye denied the Holy One and the just, and desired a murderer to be granted unto you.
So they denied Christ, right? Go ahead.
And killed the Prince of Life, whom God hath raised from the dead, whereof we are witnesses.
All right, now jump down to verse 17. So they killed Christ. They killed the Prince of Life.
Verse 17. And now, brethren, I wot that through ignorance ye did it, as did also your rulers.
Mm-hmm.
But those things which God before had showed by the mouth of all his prophets that Christ should suffer, he hath so fulfilled.
So they know the law and the prophets. One more.
And everything hasn't been fulfilled yet. So
Of course, it hadn't been fulfilled yet.
That's been fulfilled, though.
No, Acts 15, Acts chapter 15, and verse 21, straight up, verse 21.
The book of Acts, chapter 15 and verse 21. For Moses of old time hath in every city them that preach him, being read in the synagogues every Sabbath day.
So why are they? So they're going to the synagogue on the Sabbath day to have holy convocation and read the law and the prophets. So only an idiot would ask you why Christ didn't say you have to keep the Sabbath. They're keeping the Sabbath. Why does he have to say that? Keep in mind, they're going to the people that are trying to keep commandments.
To the Jew first.
Yeah, to the Jew first. All right, back to John.
The book of John, chapter 6 and verse 14. 16. And when even was now come, his disciples went down unto the sea, and entered into a ship, and went over the sea toward Capernaum. And it was now dark, and Jesus was not come to them.
Mm-hmm.
And the sea arose by reason of a great wind that blew. So when they had rowed about 25 or 30 furlongs, they see Jesus walking on the sea, and drawing nigh unto the ship, and they were afraid. But he said unto them, It is I, be not afraid.
Yeah, I mean, picture that. Picture that.
I looked up the Sea of Galilee too, and what it looked like. I was like, dang, imagine you just see a black person.
You see your boy coming. It's night. It's dark. But they did have some moonlight because
It's a feast of Passover.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So you know it was close to a full moon.
So they were out far. This saying 1 furlong is 1/8 of a mile.
Mm.
So Christ walked about a half mile out there.
Damn.
How many furlongs is it? It
I'm
said,
thinking we out at Virginia Beach when the night, when ain't no moonlight, you can't see nothing in front of you.
yeah, they were out a couple miles. If this is the same definition as the biblical definition.
How many furlongs?
They went out 20,
Damn.
25 or 30 furlongs.
Good God.
So divide that by 8. That's about 3 miles. If that's the same ratio. This is Google, y'all. So don't quote me on that one.
Yeah. Watch what happened though. All right. Where we at?
Verse 20 I just read.
Okay.
Verse 21. Then they willingly received him into the ship, and immediately the ship was at the land whither they went.
To that they teleported. He walked all the way out. I doubt if he walked all the way.
Right.
Probably teleported
Probably
to a
was like,
difference.
Let me get close enough where they can see me.
Then when they let him in the ship immediately was at the shore. All right, go ahead.
The day following, when the people which stood on the other side of the sea saw that there was none other boat there, save the one whereinto his disciples were entered, and that Jesus went not with his disciples into the boat, but that his disciples were gone away alone. Howbeit, there came other boats from Tiberias nigh unto the place where they did eat bread, after that the Lord had given thanks. When the people therefore saw that Jesus was not there, neither his disciples, they also took shipping and came.
Hold on. That's in parentheses, though. But they did eat bread after that the Lord had given thanks. After.
Yeah, this is a recap of what happened before.
Yeah, but eating after the prayer. Just like when on Passover, when Christ broke the bread. He gave thanks, then he broke the bread. Verse 24.
When the people therefore saw that Jesus was not there, neither his disciples, they also took shipping and came to Capernaum, seeking for Jesus. And when they had found him on the other side of the sea, they said unto him, Rabbi, when camest thou hither?
Yeah, when did you come over here?
Jesus answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me, not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled.
Have ye not houses to eat? So they followed. So Christ, he can read spirits anyway. He understood that they followed him because of the food that he made. That was a miracle. And don't let this stuff go over your head. All these, year after year, when you read through these scriptures, you see more and more stuff. He's showing you to he's going to take up the fragments, which is a remnant, and put it in 12 baskets. Remember, only a remnant shall return. And he's showing you without even saying it. Matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, Isaiah, I believe it's Isaiah chapter 10. In verse 20.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 10 and verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth.
Damn, Christ. Go ahead.
The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God.
Go ahead.
For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness.
Right. So a remnant is going to return. The way the scriptures is written, you cannot put all of this together and think that a spirit wasn't leading our brothers to write all of this stuff.
Or they just giving out their opinions, like somebody said last week.
All right, where we at?
Verse 27.
Yeah, verse 27.
The book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 27. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath God the Father sealed.
For him have God the Father sealed. Oh my goodness. Christ is sealed. And you have to, like Christ says, we'll get to that one day. John 14. But no one can get to the Father except through him. I don't get that. If you believe in the Trinity, you can't get to the Father except through Christ. That stuff they be saying don't be making sense. Anyway, verse 28.
Then said they unto him, What shall we do that we might work the works of God? Jesus answered and said unto them, This is the work of God, that ye believe on him whom he hath sent.
So it's not just about belief or faith like people say today. We know that they were waiting for the Messiah to come. They were, as always, you have our people that don't give a damn and is out doing their own thing. But the brothers and sisters that remain behind, they're waiting on the Messiah to come. And they know they have to keep commandments. What they have to add to that is belief on Christ. It's faith and works. But you know how it is today. They just tell you, you just gotta have faith. That don't make no sense. Go ahead. This is the work of God, that ye believe on him whom he have sent. You gotta still keep what's written in the law and the prophets. You gotta keep the damn commandments, but you gotta believe on Christ too. Go ahead.
They said therefore unto him, What sign showest thou then, that we may see and believe thee? What doest thou work? Our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written. He gave them bread from heaven to eat.
So they want a sign. They just walk right into this joint. Go ahead.
Then Jesus said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven.
The true bread from heaven.
Red words, meaning Christ is
Right.
his Father from heaven.
For the bread of God is he which cometh down from heaven, and giveth life unto the world. And that's Christ.
So,
The bread of God. That's Christ right there.
So, remember what I was saying. So, it said world, right? Let's jump back to Exodus 16. You know, it's going to get to a point where nobody's even going to pay them any mind anymore with that stupid argument. Give me
4.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The book of Exodus, chapter
No, start at 3.
16 and verse 3. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to God we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into this wilderness, to kill this whole assembly with hunger.
All right, come on.
Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no.
Whether they will walk in my law or no. Yeah, still dealing with the same person, Christ, in the flesh, and not understanding. Let me pull something out of this, because I don't want to read the whole thing.
And who did he say?
What, 12?
Children of Israel. Not to the children of Israel and the strangers among them, but to the children of Israel.
No, I won't.
Sorry, going into the quails after that.
Oh, yeah, they got burnt up behind them quails. They wanted that flesh to eat.
You want something to eat? I give you something to eat.
Pick back up at 33.
Book of Exodus, chapter 16 and verse 33. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a pot, and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it upon the Lord to be kept, and lay it up before the Lord to be kept for your generations.
So when you go in the temple, there was that pot of manna. We'll hit that one day, but when we're going through, like you go through Exodus, he giving us all the ordinances and stuff. And when the temple is made, or even the tabernacle is made, that bread goes into not the holiest of holies, but before you go into the holiest of holies, that bread goes in there, that manna. That's what was given to David. When
Showbread.
Yeah, the showbread. That's what that's talking about. You want to pull something?
Verse 34. As the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid it upon before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years.
40 years.
Until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came into the borders of the land of Canaan.
Right, so the children of Israel ate the manna. Back to John.
They had to learn them laws and commandments before they can go into the land.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say this to the strangers among them.
No, we know the strangers was there, but nothing was directed at them. That's why they do not want to go to the Old Testament at all. Oh, what about Galatians? You skip everything else, the whole covenant and all that stuff. And go to, see, it says here to the Jew and the Greek. Shut up.
The book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 33. For the bread of God is he which cometh down from heaven and giveth life unto the world. Then
Hold on.
That was your point. Going back to that.
Hold on. Take, eat this.
This is my body.
Yes. Go ahead. What was the point you was making?
I'm just saying, going back to the world, that was only given to
Israel.
To Israel.
Yes. Literally, if you was, because sometimes I just circle world everywhere it's at, and you'll be like, what? You see how many times he is world. It's all through John.
The Exodus 16.
Yep, Exodus 16.
Verse 34. Then said they unto him, Lord, evermore give us this bread.
Yeah, they want it. Well, see, he set up above what bread they want, but he tried to give them the other bread, the knowledge. Yeah, right over their head. Go ahead.
And Jesus said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst.
Right, that bread and that water.
But I said unto you that ye also have seen me and believe not. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out.
See, it just shows you the circle. Oh, look, I got Deuteronomy 32:9 written there. It just shows you, like, the Father has given us to Christ. He chose us and made a covenant with us, and the Father gave him to us. And Christ has to make us acceptable to the Father. Otherwise, no. If you're not made acceptable to the Father, you got to go. Even when you look in the law now, when you look in the ordinances for the high priest cannot have sin, or he cannot allow the people to sin. Otherwise, he's guilty. If he go in the holiest of holies in the midst of sin or allowing people to sin, he don't come out that joint. They tied a rope to him, and he had bells. Remember, a pomegranate and a bell. That's so that if he go in there and the Lord decide to kill him, you drag him out with the rope. And people
moving no more.
Yeah, and people just think nothing of this, yo. The Most High Christ are not playing.
His grace is sufficient for me.
Yeah, we're under grace.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
Yeah, we are Christ's inheritance. We got to go through all of this stuff before he can actually take us as the inheritance, and you know, how the marriage, the wedding.
And I just hate the argument of, well, you're not supposed to read precept upon precept. We just went between 4 verses here, between the world and who he's not going to cast out, showing that it's Israel.
Yep. All this stuff in the new comes from the old. Christ is come to fulfill these things.
Exactly.
No, see, he fulfilled the law. What are you talking about?
And then if he is the word, you're taking bits and pieces of him out.
Mm-hmm.
Not my Jesus.
We're not in the old covenant anymore now that Christ is dead.
And I always ask you, who is we? Who is we that's under the covenant?
Depending on who I'm talking to, I might say we, but I'm taking it as they don't know I'm taking it as still a personal we Israel.
Next time, because I was thinking about it, I'm like, okay, if I'm under the old covenant, well, if you're trying to say I'm under the old covenant, was Christ in the midst of sin because he didn't do animal sacrifice? Wasn't he under the old covenant too?
Verse 30, verse 38.
For I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which have sent me, that of all which he have given me, I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day.
So that's talking about the resurrection, or raise us up to the understanding at the last day. All that the Father has given him. You see, looking at the bigger picture, he's got to get us right to be accepted by the Father. And we are his inheritance. That's why Paul said we are joint heirs with him. And like, I forget where the scripture is, but in Exodus, he tells you, he's like, this is my land, and you are sojourners with me. Bruh. And you get these people lying, talking about, oh, they get their inheritance with us. Let us move on. 40.
And this is the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son, and believeth on him, may have everlasting life. And I will raise him up at the last day.
Right. So he's talking to people that are keeping the commandments. He's not even supposed to go to people. That's why the Pharisees are getting on him when he's sitting with sinners. It just go over these Christians' head. And he was dealing with the circumcision, not uncircumcised Israelites either. They were considered as Gentiles. Go ahead.
The Jews then murmured at him, because he said, I am the bread which came down from heaven.
Uh-oh.
And they said, is not this Jesus, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How is it then that he saith, I came down from heaven?
Goodbye, virgin birth, or that stupid edition of the virgin birth.
Jesus therefore answered and said unto them, Murmur not among yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
No man can come to me except the Father, which have sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
See, given to Christ the kingdom of his dear son. It's crazy because, you know, it was like a couple years ago you had brought it up about how everything just comes together. It meets together.
Every verse ends up leading to every verse in the Bible.
Yeah, and every verse is important too.
Is not Jesus the son of Joseph?
Yeah.
Verse 45. It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of God. Every man therefore hath heard, and have learned of the Father cometh unto me. Not that any man...
Hold on. I got a precept for that, I think. Isaiah 54:13.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 13. And all thy children shall be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of thy children.
Damn, go ahead.
In righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee.
That's going to be the end result. Oh, you can drop.
Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake.
All right, let's go back. Dang.
The book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 47. Well, 46. Not that any man have seen the Father, save he which is of God. He have seen the Father. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me hath everlasting life.
That's what he keeps saying. So they're keeping the commandments, but you got to believe on him and follow him. But our people have been taught systematically through these different religions. You don't have to do that part. I even seen it in books where the Muslims and somebody else, I forget who it is, they follow after laws, but the Christians just completely toss it out. And that's what they have done. And it goes to show you all this stuff through the spirit that we've been seeing lately. About like Esau despised the birthright. His birthright would have been the commandments. He despises it. And he's showing you every day. Everything that's against the commandments, they do that all the time. I'm on my way home last night, right? And it's getting dark and going into dark. And I got like, 30-minute ride. But I'm coming through Wood Lake, Brandomere, those built up areas out there. And it's just traffic everywhere. All you see is people going and sinning against the commandments of God. And that's on purpose. Everybody getting paid on Friday. Why you got to get paid on Friday?
When the law say you're supposed to get paid every day after your work. But that's done away with, though. Like I asked a brother today at camp, what's the evil in that? Why would the church get rid of that?
Right. Everything against God, man. Everything against Christ. Even the Sabbath day. You ask them about the Sabbath, they say, we rest in Christ, or Christ is the Lord of the Sabbath. Well, don't you understand he's the one that instituted it? So you just say he's the Lord of the Sabbath and we don't have to do it? It's the most...
He said he made it for us.
He hollowed it.
Yeah. And we supposed to do what he do and walk in his steps. He the one that instituted it.
So if you say it's rest, when are you resting? Even if you say however you want to define it, where's your rest? You're not taking no days off. You're working. You're doing whatever your own pleasures. When is the rest?
That time, 1 Thessalonians. No, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1. This is when the rest is. But as always, ignorantly,
verse 6.
They just gonna give some rhetoric, yeah.
The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Jesus shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels.
So that rest isn't until he comes back. You can always just
to the end.
Yeah, you can always find a precept that will completely destroy the doctrine that they're trying to give you, and they will just ignore you. This obliterates that.
If you in rest right now, why does the Lord say you have to endure to the end?
To
What
the
are you
end,
what are you
right.
enduring?
You ain't got to keep no laws. You can do whatever. You're right. What are you enduring?
You ain't enduring nothing. The book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 48. I am that bread of life. Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead.
Right. They ate manna in the wilderness, are dead. So that was not the
Carnal.
bread that's going to give them life.
What's that carnal?
Yep.
This is the bread which cometh down from heaven, that a man may eat thereof and not die.
Right. That's
Keeping the
him.
laws.
Yep. But in the way that he instructed. Well, here's a good example, because this is another argument that we've been seeing lately about what do you call it? When Moses allowed you to put away your wife, he wrote that precept, right, that you could put away your wife. But Christ came and is like, no, you can't. Well, if you do put her away, then you got to remain single. Or she got to remain single. Unless somebody commit adultery. But he
Or
was
passes away.
Hmm?
Or passes away.
Yeah, what does it say? He magnified the law. He truly magnified the law, giving the understanding of it, and then people going to toss it behind him.
That is the law of Moses, quote unquote.
See what you did there.
You can put away your wife under Moses, yes.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point if they say the law of Moses, because Christ came and straightened that jank out.
And he says that a couple other places. We read it earlier at camp. We read it in 1 Corinthians 13. He's going to set everything else in order when he returns.
Yes.
Now we look through a dash darkly.
All praises for that, because there's a lot of confusion in Israel.
The book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 51.
Mm-hmm.
I am the living bread which came down from heaven. If any man eat of this bread, he shall live forever. And the bread that I will give is my flesh,
He's that sacrifice.
which I will give for the life of the world.
The law was to lead us to Christ. He gave his flesh. That's that bread. That's that bread of life. You get repentance through him, which I will give for the life of the world. He gave his life for the world.
Now, we've already proven twice we're talking to Israel in this chapter, and then they're going to get to this verse and be lost in the sauce again.
Of course, John 10.
Another good question to ask that I just thought about. How do you find Christ through thou shalt not eat pork?
You're not going to. John 10 and verse 11.
The book of St. John, chapter 10 and verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
So the sheep is the world. Verse 15.
Verse 15.
No. Yeah, 15.
As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep.
So he laid down his life for the sheep. The sheep is the world. I give, which I will give. So the bread that I will give is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. So that bread, so the heathens only get crumbs. That bread is given to the sheep. And see, you can't get through this type of stuff dealing with them, because they're not going to accept it. They're just going to keep stonewalling you so you can't go nowhere. That's why I was just going to get to the point where we were completely ignoring the heathen.
It's getting close.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you, that 28:19 thing, that done struck a chord in a whole lot of folks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all the Hebrew Israelites?
The book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 52. The Jews therefore strove among themselves, saying, how can this man give us his flesh to eat?
Right. So the Jews would be your leaders. It's not the everyday average Israelite walking around of the southern kingdom. It's them leaders. And that go over people's head. In the context, the Jews is them leaders. Go ahead.
Then Jesus said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, except ye eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, ye have no life in you.
Sacrifice. He's the sacrifice. Believeth on him. Go ahead.
Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood have eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day.
All right, come on.
For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed.
So you have meat offerings and drink offerings.
And people will go to this verse and make the silly claim to condone witchcraft and all these other things because, look, he said eat his blood and body. That's not cannibalism. And that's because they have no understanding of what the laws are.
Yeah, years ago, it had to be like 9 years ago. A guy was saying, oh, yeah, see, y'all be talking about precept upon precept. If you use this, you have the vampire doctrine. Hey, man, shut up.
One thing said, y'all, we believe in human sacrifice because we gave up Christ to sacrifice him. No.
They twisted that up.
He was like, oh, y'all believe in human sacrifice. I'm like, no, we don't.
It's not human sacrifice. It's an offering for sin.
Christ gave himself up.
Yeah, but it's an offering for sin. It's not human sacrifice.
Human sacrifice is in like the Incas and the old times and the Moabites back. That's different.
Yeah, they did that to appease their gods.
Idols, yeah.
No, he did. So he did this. All of this stuff has multiple layers. But he did all of this to show us and lead us and make peace with the Father. Because we're his possession and we have to be acceptable to the Father. Wait a minute, where does it say that? 1 Peter 2 and 5.
Oh, yeah. I remember what it is.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 5. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God by Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're only acceptable through Christ. Damn. Back to John 6.
The book of St. John, chapter 6 and verse 56. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood. Oh, I'm sorry. He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him. As the living Father hath sent me, and I live by the Father. So he that eateth me, even he shall live by me. This is that bread which came down from heaven.
He lived through the Father, and then we live through him, bro.
They're not the same person.
Bro, that stuff is ridiculous. Even when, I ain't gonna lie, I get pissed off when I see people start talking about deity. Like, I'm not even gonna have a conversation with you if you're talking about deity. We're talking about the power of all things, and then the Son that he created to create everything. And you want to talk about deities. Other people worship deities. I'm not even entertaining no stupid crap like that. A deity. Where we at?
58.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Verse 58. This is that bread which came down from heaven, not as your fathers did eat manna and are dead. He that eateth of this bread shall live forever.
Damn, bro. Go ahead.
These things said he in the synagogue as he taught in Capernaum.
He said that in the synagogue.
Where the Jews reside.
Yeah, I guess he was there just to try to show them.
And all of this brought up the world a few different times, but he's in the synagogue.
Yeah, like he said, I ever taught in the synagogue in the temple with yeah.
But in the synagogue.
Go ahead.
Verse 60. Many therefore of his disciples, when they had heard this, said, This is an hard saying. Who can hear it?
Right. He keep talking about eating him and drinking him.
When Jesus knew in himself that his disciples murmured at it, he said unto them, Doth this offend you? What? And if ye shall see the Son of Man ascend up, where he was before.
So basically, what if you see me go up to where I came from before? Mm-hmm.
It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit, and they are life. But there are some of you that believe not. For Jesus knew from the beginning who they were that believed not, and who should betray him.
Hold on, so the flesh part, because they're like, this is a hard saying. He talking about eat his flesh and drink his blood. He's saying the flesh profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, that's the spirit. It just, man, all praise to the Most High that we have the Gospels, we have the accounts. You can see it's just they men just like us, and Christ is teaching them. And they thinking carnally too, like eat his flesh, drink his blood.
But at the same time, they said it was a dark saying because they know the law. You can't eat blood. You can't eat people.
Right.
So that's why they said it. They knew it was a dark saying. They said they didn't understand it at that moment.
But see, Paul did. Paul was a master at the law and the prophets. So he understood all that Levitical stuff. He said this law was to lead us to Christ. This was to show us Christ.
Schoolmaster.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 64 again. But there are some of you that believe not.
Mm-hmm.
For Jesus knew from the beginning who they were that believed not, and who should betray him.
Yeah, he definitely knew who was going to betray him.
And he said, Therefore said I unto you. That
Hold on, Ron. It is the garlic.
Before he came to the earth, he was like, look, what spirits are y'all going to be the one? All right, you going to be Judas? All right, I need you to come at this time.
Bro, one of you niggas is a canary. Oh, man.
But that just shows you Lord's will going to be done.
And then Judas was the bald head man with no beard.
Bro. That's a red flag.
And he said, Therefore said I unto you, that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father.
Mm-hmm.
From that time, many.
Hold on. I got to make a comment right here. Because Christians can't understand nothing, don't see no prophecy, but will tell you, I have the Spirit. I have the Holy Spirit.
Because they butcher scriptures and think they have understandings. That's why they say it that way.
No man can come unto me except it were given unto him of the Father. You can't force this, man. And you can't fake the Spirit. Go ahead.
From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him.
All right. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Then said Jesus unto the 12, Will ye also go away?
Mm-hmm. Well, y'all gonna leave too? What's up? He already know them. No. Yeah.
Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life.
I live by that right there. Where are we gonna go? What am I gonna do now? What are we gonna do? We're gonna follow you. Go ahead.
And we believe and are sure that thou art that Christ, the Son of the living God.
Damn. The Alpha and the Omega. Verse 17.
Jesus answered them, Have not I chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil?
Yeah. From the movie Book of Clarence, one of you niggas is a canary.
He spake of Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon, for he it was that should betray him, being one of the 12.
Right. And Christ knew this. Y'all may ask yourself, how did Christ know what was going to happen? It's in the law and the prophet. Let's hit that. And then we're going to close out. Psalms, what is it? 109. Yeah, here it go.
Psalms 101.
Psalms 109. No, 109. 109 verse 1.
The book of Psalm, chapter 109 and verse 1. Hold not thy peace, O God of my praise, for the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are opened against me.
So this is Christ speaking through David, his forefather.
They have spoken against me with a lying tongue. They compassed me about also with words of hatred, and fought against me without a cause.
The Pharisees and the scribes and the chief priests conspiring against Christ. Go ahead.
For my love, they are my adversaries, but I give myself unto prayer.
And he did. That's John 17. We're going to get into all of this. This is why I love the book of John. Go ahead.
And they have rewarded me evil for good and hatred for my love. Set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand.
That's Judas. Satan entered into Judas. It could be either way. Judas entered into Satan. When I say into
Right.
Judas, go ahead.
When he shall be judged, let him be condemned, and let his prayer become sin. Let his days be few, and let another take his office. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow.
Hold on. See that verse 8? Let his days be few, and let another take his office. Acts 1. See, saying no other things than what's written in the law and the prophets. 1 and verse 20.
The book of Acts, chapter 1 and verse 20. For it is written in the book of Psalms, let his habitation be desolate, and let no man dwell therein. And his bishopric let another take.
Right, his bishopric. Because they were all considered bishops. The 12 were considered bishops. Back to Psalms 109.
The book of Psalms, chapter 109 and verse 9. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. Let his children be continually vagabonds and beg. Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places. Let the extortioner catch all that he hath, and let the stranger spoil his labor. Let there be none to extend mercy unto him, neither let there be any to favor his fatherless children.
Damn.
Let his posterity be cut off, and in the generation following let their name be blotted out. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with the Lord, and let not the sin of his mother be blotted out.
Last one, verse 15.
Let them be before the Lord continually, that he may cut off the memory of them from the earth.
Hold on, you got to read 16 too.
Because that he remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart.
And that poor and needy man is Christ. He was that poor and needy man for us. Damn, man.
This also is significant to us because, like, yeah, we may not know, like, as Israelites, we may not know exactly, like, well, to a certain extent, we can't say before a brother comes in or before a sister come in, you're the devil. You know, you're going to betray us. You're going to leave this. But it just goes to show us that, like, this it's going to happen. Brothers and sisters may get the devil. Will get eventually, not all everybody, but there will be brothers and sisters that get the devil.
So you've heard me say before, you can look at somebody and see they going through something or there's something working in them, and I'll say you have to let it play itself out. Because this is literally what Christ did. He knew it was coming, and you have to let it play itself out. Because if you do otherwise, you're evil surmising, and you don't know. We don't know. The Lord know.
Like when Christ told Peter, Satan, get thee behind me. Because he didn't want Christ to fulfill the things he had to fulfill.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what my cousin, his aunt, his mom, my aunt, that's what she didn't understand. Like, cause she always talk about how, like, we want her to come to the truth and join, you know, for according to her understanding, join the Israelites. They say, oh, y'all eat this crazy. Y'all got some weird people in there. But it's just like,
Weird people in the church.
But
and then two, what you think? Not according to the scriptures, only a third of us are gonna be saved. And Christ, he encountered wicked Israelites. That didn't deter him from his father's will. The other prophets that saw Judas do what he do, they didn't like, nah, there's some wicked people in this. I don't believe it.
All right, we're going to close out with Psalms 119. It's something in here you like to close out too, isn't it?
Verse 59 and 60.
All right, hold tight. Start at 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 1. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies, that seek him with the whole heart.
Go ahead.
They also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways.
They don't do sin. They walk in his ways.
First Peter 2 and 21.
Yeah, it go over people's head. To walk in his ways is to keep the commandments. Verse 4.
Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently.
Diligently. Keep the precepts diligently, which is the laws. Verse 9.
Verse 5. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. Verse 9. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee. Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments.
All right, jump up to the verse you want. What was it, 59 and 60?
Well, 33. Teach me, O Lord, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end. Give me understanding, and I shall keep thy law. Yea, I shall observe it with my whole heart. Make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for therein do I delight. Verse 40. Behold,
So we had time to read through the whole
I tell you, this is my chapter right here. Behold, I have longed after thy precepts. Quicken me in thy righteousness.
Quicken me, change me in thy righteousness.
Verse 57. Thou art my portion, O Lord. I have said that I would keep thy words. I entreated thy favor with my whole heart. Be merciful unto me according to thy word. I thought on my ways, and turned my feet unto thy testimonies. I made haste, and delayed not to keep thy commandments.
Right. Give me verse 72.
Verse 72. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver.
My bad, 77.
Verse 77. Let thy tender mercies come unto me, that I may live, for thy law is my delight.
Yeah, the tender mercies of David. 98.
Verse 98.
Oh, no, 94.
94. I am thine. Save me, for I have sought thy precepts.
98.
98. Thou, through thy commandments, hast made me wiser than mine enemies, for they are ever with me.
Come on, keep on.
I have more mercy. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the ancients, because I keep thy precepts. I have refrained my feet from every evil way, that I might keep thy word. I have not departed from thy judgments, for thou hast taught me. How sweet are thy words unto my taste, yea, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way.
Last verse, 105.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
The commandments guide you. We're walking around in darkness, lost. So don't let nobody tell you, oh, we don't have to keep precept upon precept. And this is Christ speaking through David. I know more than the ancients because I keep thy precepts.
Verse 125. I am thy servant. Give me understanding that I may know thy testimonies. It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law.
They have made void thy law.
Therefore I love thy commandments above gold, yea, above fine gold. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way. Man, that 126. Whew. It is time for thee, Lord, to work.
Oh, no, we got one more.
Made void thy law. I mean, we might as well have read the whole chapter now at this point.
104 to 106.
104, on back.
No, verses 104 to 106.
You sure?
Yeah, chapter 119, verse. Oh, not 104. Damn, you're right.
The book of Psalms, chapter
Start at
119, verse
163.
163. I hate and abhor lying, but thy law do I love.
Not these folks today. Go ahead.
7 times a day do I praise thee because of thy righteous judgments.
Mm.
Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them.
Great peace. And nothing shall offend them. Go ahead.
Lord, I have hoped for thy salvation and done thy commandments. My soul have kept thy testimonies, and I love them exceedingly. I have kept thy precepts and thy testimonies, for all my ways are before thee.
All right, that's gonna do it, y'all. That's gonna do it.
You ain't get it.
Christ speaking through David, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And the Lord, like Christ said in Luke 21, I think it's verse 19. I think he said, "I'm gonna give you a mouth and wisdom, which your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay or resist." Is that what it say?
That ain't the right verse.
That might be 15.
Chapter 15?
No. Luke 21, 15.
Oh, you said 21. My bad. I was in 22, so maybe it is right.
Yeah, it is 21, 15.
The book is Luke, chapter 21 and verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
Right. Right. That's going to do it, y'all. I haven't pulled 19 in a long time.
Your patience possess ye your soul.
Yeah, you got to be patient. You can't be in a rush to do stuff. That's when you get yourself in trouble.
Only make haste to follow these commandments.
Right. All right, that's going to do it, y'all. I hope you glean something. You got something out of this lesson. I love going through the Gospels, reading, looking at Christ, man. But you got to understand the rest of the scriptures. You got to understand the law and the prophets to understand Christ. You damn sure got, especially to understand the law, to be dabbling in the letters of Paul, man. Good God. But anyway, that's going to do it. I'm Brother Jacob.
Brother Roy.
And I'm already half sleep on OBS. But with that, we say shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
Most High in Christ bless.
Keep my commandments.